Dear students, today we will discuss about the first chapter of class ninth, matter in our surroundings. You know, universe is made of two things. One is energy, another is matter. So we will discuss about the matter which is in our surroundings. So all matters in the universe exist in three states. So whatever the matter present in the universe that is found in three states. There are two ways of classification of matter. If you classify the matter, so there are only two ways to classify the matter. According to physical state as solid, liquid or gas. So whenever we classify the matter on the basis of their physical state, we can divide matter into three states: solid, liquid and gases. According to its composition as element, compound or mixture. Now the characteristics of particles of matter. Particles of matter have space between them. When we make tea, coffee or lemonade, particles of one type of matter get into the spaces between particles to others. This shows that there is enough space between particles of matter. Similarly, particles of sugar, salt, Dettol or potassium permanganate get evenly distributed in water. Particles of matter are continuously moving. Particles of matter are continuously moving, that is, they possess what we call the kinetic energy. You know, the kinetic energy is responsible for the movement of particles of matter. As the temperature rises, particles move faster. So we can say that with increase in temperature, the kinetic energy of particles also increases. Particles of matter attract each other. Particles of matter have force acting between them. This force keeps the particles together. The strength of this force of attraction varies from one kind of matter to another. In this slide you can see when we add salt into water, then we stir the salt water, we will get the solution, clear solution. Now the states of matter. So the first important states of matter is solid state. All solids have a definite shape, distinct boundaries and fixed volumes. That is, have negligible compressibility. Solids have a tendency to maintain their shape when subjected to the outside force. Solids may break under force, but it is difficult to change their shape, so they are rigids. So these are the various properties of solid state. The second important states of matter is liquid state. Liquids have no fixed shape but have a fixed volume. They take up the shape of the container in which they are kept. Liquids flow and change shape, so they are not rigid but can be called fluid. The rate of diffusion of liquids is higher than that of solids. This is due to the fact that in liquid state, particles move freely and have greater space between each other as compared to particles in the solid states. So these are the various properties of liquid state. The third important state is gaseous state. Gases are highly compressible as compared to solids and liquids. The liquid petroleum gas LPG cylinder that we get in our home for cooking, or the oxygen supplied to hospitals in cylinders, is compressed gas. In the gaseous state, the particles move about randomly at high speed. Due to this random movement, the particles hit each other and also the walls of the container. So these are the various properties of gaseous state. So you can see in this particular slide the various states of matter. First slide showing the solid state, second liquid, and third is the gaseous state and their important properties. Now the fourth important states of matter is plasma. This is a recently discovered state of matter. So that is the fourth state of matter, and that is plasma. So what is plasma? So we will discuss about the plasma. In a plasma, electrons are ripped away from their nuclei, forming an electron sea. This gives it the ability to conduct electricity. You know, in atoms, electrons ripped away from their nuclei and they form a ocean of electrons. The free electrons are responsible for the conduction of electricity. Like a gas, plasma does not have definite shape or volume. Unlike gases, plasma are electrically conductive, produce magnetic fields and electric currents, and respond strongly to electromagnetic forces. Due to charged nuclei swim in a sea of freely moving dissociated electrons, similar to the way such charges exist in conductive matter. In fact, it is this electron sea that allows matter in the plasma state to conduct electricity. The plasma state is often misunderstood, but it is actually quite common on Earth, and the majority of people observe it on a regular basis without even realizing it. Lightning, electric sparks, fluorescent lights, neon lights, plasma televisions, some types of flame, and the stars are all examples of illuminated matter in plasma state. A gas is usually converted to a plasma in one or two ways, either from a huge voltage difference between 2 points or by exposing it to extremely high temperature. So these are the two methods through which we can convert gases into plasma state. Heating matter to high temperatures causes electrons to leave the atoms, resulting in the presence of free electrons. At very high temperatures, such as those present in stars, it is assumed that essentially all electrons are free, and that a very high energy plasma is essentially bare nuclei in a sea of electrons. Now the various process of change of states of matter. What are the different processes? Those are responsible for the change of states of matters. The first, vaporization. Second, condensation. Third, freezing. fourth melting, fifth sublimation, and sixth evaporation. So these are the 6 methods or process through which states of matter can change. First method is vaporization. So what is the meaning of vaporization? Change of liquid state into gaseous state is called vaporization. So the process of change of water into vapor is called vaporization. When water is heated after reaching 800 degrees centigrade, water starts boiling. At this temperature, water turns into vapor. Since water boils at 100 degrees centigrade, hence 100 degrees centigrade is called the boiling point of water. Boiling points. The common definition of boiling point is the temperature at which a liquid boils is called its boiling point. Different liquids boils at different temperature. That's why they are having different boiling points. The next process is condensation. So the meaning of condensation is the change of gas into liquid, the change of vapor into water because of decrease in temperature is called condensation. Condensation is the reverse process of vaporization. When the temperature of vapor decreases, it changes into water. This process is known as condensation. Distillation is manufactured by the condensation of vapor. The process of making of distilled water is known as distillation. In distillation, first water is boiled to vaporize and the vapor is cooled, condensed to get distilled water. The next important process is called freezing. So freezing means changes of liquid into solid. The change of liquid into solid because of decrease in temperature is called freezing. Water change into its ice because of decrease in temperature. In other words, water freezes into ice because of decrease in temperature. Water freezes at 0 degrees centigrade. The next process that is melting. So change of solid into liquid is called melting. The change of solid into liquid due to increase in temperature is known as melting. Ice, which is solid, melts, changing into vapor at 0 degrees centigrade. Thank you very much.